Good day, everyone. Today we will be sharing some interesting highlights, but not movie highlights, but about early Filipino art and how rich our culture truly is. But before we begin, we prepared a short icebreaker entitled Real or Fake. For its instructions, there are three statements, two truths and a lie. Listen and read the statements carefully. After each one, decide if it's a fact or fake by saying real or fact. Raise your hand if you already had an answer. An answer like this. I believe the fake one is, and I thank you. We will reveal the correct answer. No pressure, this is just a fun to warm up our minds.
For our example, we have three statements here. First one is Byron as Leon is abusive. Second is Badillo is noisy. And third is Thea shines. I believe the fake one is Badillo is noisy and I thank you. It's correct.
For our first item, pre-colonial art is an artwork created before the Spanish colonization. The sari manok is a mythical bird that symbolizes bad luck and misfortune in Maranao culture. Okir patterns often use natural motifs like leaves, vines, and spirals. So what is the lie statement? Correct! The sari manok is a mythical bird that symbolizes bad luck and misfortune in Maranao culture is the fake one.
Alright, next one. Ancient Filipinos wore gold jewelry even while doing daily tasks like farming. Second statement. Some gold accessories were believed to protect the wearer from disease. And last statement. Only women were allowed to wear pure gold ornaments. What is the fake one? That is right. Only women were allowed to wear pure gold ornaments is the fake one.
And for our next for our next item, there are three statements and determine the fake one. First statement, shells can be used as pendant. Next, buying is influenced by the Spaniards. And lastly, jar is used for second burial of ancient people. Correct. The buying is influenced by the Spaniards is the fake statement.
For our next item, we have three statements here. First one is ancient Filipinos use impress and incise techniques to decorate their pottery. Next one is the Mongol jar from Palawan symbolizes early beliefs about life after death. The third one is the Naga motif represents a bird with large wings commonly used in rice rituals. Which one is the fake one? Correct. The fake one is the Naga motif represents a bird with large wings commonly used in rice rituals.
Before the Spaniards came, Filipinos already had their own writings and symbol carved into bamboo and stone. The second one, early Filipinos used clay, beeswax, and even tree sap to make sculpture. And the last, pre-colonial art was mostly copy from Chinese and Indian traders. Correct. The pre-colonial art was mostly copied by Chinese and Indian traders.
So thank you guys for your participation. We hope that you gain an overview about our topic for today.
Alright, we will now proceed to our discussion proper for today. And all we can see in our screen right now is the term Netflix. And I know that the first thing that comes into your mind is watching a movie. But instead of watching a film, we are here to witness and to listen to something even more powerful than that. We are here to witness the story of art before the colonial period. That is a time when creativity wasn't influenced by outsiders, but was born from our ancestors' beliefs, environment, and identity. But before stepping into this episode, let us first recognize the people who will help us uncover this story. I am Althea Sofia F. Perez.
I am Mary Bernadette D. Cabrera.
And I am John Henrich D. Lascano.
I am Byron Manuel C. De Castro.
I am King Michael Badillo.
And just like any great production, we also have our cast. We are the ones who researched, prepared, and pieced together the narrative that we are about to explore today. Beginning with my watch list. Let us first discuss what is art during the pre-colonial period. So pre-colonial art in the Philippines was less a set of objects and more a living pulse woven into everyday lives. Meaning it wasn't confined into galleries or pedestals, but more of breathed into ritual, carved into wood, hammered into gold, or chanted beneath moonlit gatherings, or even worn proudly on the skin. So pre-colonial art, every piece of it was carrying a story rather. Not just of beauty, but both of survival, identity, and the spirit of a people who shaped their world long before outsiders arrived. Now let us begin discussing some examples of pre-colonial art, beginning with receptacles. So imagine walking into an ancient community where everything, from the leaves on the trees to the bark on the trunks, serves a purpose. And during the pre-colonial period, in this world, people craft receptacles not just for daily lives, but for something much deeper. And that is when it comes to honoring the dead. So receptacles, these containers are woven from leaves, wood, bamboo, bark, and fibers, were more than simple baskets. They were the vessels of belief that by placing food and treasured objects inside them, people can express a powerful idea that life continues beyond death. And people during this period believed that every item that will be placed inside was a quiet message to the departed that they are cared for even in the next world. So these receptacles were believed to protect the body, to hold offerings, and to symbolize a bridge between the living and the afterlife. So when we talk about receptacles, I have one question for all of you. If you lived in an ancient community, what items would you place in a receptacle for someone you cared about? Alright, thank you for your answer. So allow me to share my answer as well. If I were to place one item in that receptacle, I would choose a letter. Because in it, I can express what I feel toward the person that I love that has passed away already. So everything that I never managed to say while they are alive, I will put that into that letter. And that letter will give me the space to open my heart without hesitation. That's all for receptacles. Let us now proceed with Angono petroglyphs. So before, there's one massive rock wall where early humans carved 127 images of humans, animals, and geometric shapes. And these are called the Angono petroglyphs, which are known as the oldest known rock art in the Philippines that was discovered in 1965 by the artist Carlos, also known as Botong Francisco. So these carvings weren't random doodles, and many people believe that they had ritual or spiritual purposes, which can form part of early ceremonies or beliefs. So each figure or shape, which can be circle, triangle, or rectangle, they may have carried meaning that guided their worldview. And up until these days, this site still remains a national cultural treasure.
So, textile weaving is one of the oldest and most beautiful art forms here in the Philippines. Ancient Filipinos used natural fibers from plants to create their fabrics. What makes it even more amazing is that each tribe had their own unique patterns and colors, almost like their cultural fingerprint, like in Baguio. And if you watch tribal Filipino movies, we could also see the characters wore bahag. But textile weaving is not only limited to clothes; they are also used for as blankets, bags, and wallets as well. And one of the most famous example is the Banton cloth, which is over 400 years old and known as the oldest textile in all Southeast Asia. Imagine that one of the most important fabric in the region came from the Philippines. And my question for you is, what natural materials do you think ancient Filipinos used in weaving? Yes, you're right. Ancient Filipinos commonly use abaca, cotton, pineapple fiber, buri, rattan, and bamboo as natural materials for weaving because they are abundant and durable. Next, we have is jewelry. It is something that Filipinos have always loved. Who here loves wearing accessories? Guys, believe it or not, our ancestors were huge fans of gold. And not just tiny pieces of gold like what we wore today, but chunky, bold, beautifully crafted jewelry. For both men and women, they wore gold to show power, status, and of course their style. The Philippines was once known as the land of gold because our ancestors mined and craft gold long before Spanish colonization. And archaeologists found many of these pieces in Butuan, Mindoro, and Siargao, showing how wealthy and skilled our ancestors were when it comes to natural resources and metalworks. Next is something that may sound mysterious and creepy, but is actually a beautiful part of our culture, the Golden Death Mask. So they were tiny, thin sheets of gold placed over the faces of the dead. So what do you think is the meaning of covering the face of the dead with gold? Yes, they were believed to help protect the spirit during the journey to the afterlife. They were usually buried with high-status individuals. So the purpose of this was to protect the spirit and honor the person who passed away. These masks were discovered in Iloilo and Butuan. And guys, what do you think this tradition tell us about early Filipino beliefs? It tells us, and they reflect how our ancestors combined art, beliefs, and respect for the afterlife. And that's all for my watch list.
For my watch list, on my first list is shell bracelets. This passage shows that even in ancient times, Filipinos were already creative and skilled. They did not only use shells for decoration, but also turned them into useful tools. The discovery of shell ornaments in caves in Palawan, Cagayan, and Sorsogon proves that early Filipinos had artistic abilities and knew how to use natural materials around them. Next one is pottery. Pottery is a human-shaped burial jars were discovered in Ayub Cave in Sarangani, dating from 5 BC to 225 AD. Each jar is distinct, showing different facial expressions and decorations that reflect the craftsmanship of early Filipinos. Jar burial practices were widespread across the Philippines and Southeast Asia from the Neolithic period up to 16th century. Pottery during this time was classified by shape, decoration method, and surface design. which were often inspired by nature and everyday life. Last in my watch list is prehistoric pottery. Earthenware burial jars shaped like human figures were found in Ayub Cave in Maitom, Sarangani, dating from 5 BC to 225 AD. Each of the 29 jars is unique with head covers showing different facial expressions and decorations such as paint, earrings, tattoos, and even body details. Similar ancient clay pots were also found in Masbate, dating as early as 710 BCE. And that is all for my watch list.
And for my watch list, we have first method of decorations. The method of decorations show how ancient Filipinos designed their pottery. In method of decorations, they use two techniques. Impressed by pressing ropes or mats in wet clay, and incised by carving lines and patterns using sharp tools. Some designs were abstract like waves or dots, while others show real things like trees, animals, and people. Examples include cord-marked pots, mat-impressed bowls, and jars with carved zigzag spiral lines. And next, we have sculpture. Early Filipinos were already skilled artists. They expressed their creativity through pottery, jewelry, and wood carvings, showing their advanced artistic level even before colonization. There are examples that includes the bulul rice guardians of the Ifugao, wooden human figures of intricately carved ritual objects. These sculptures were not only decorative but also served spiritual, cultural, and functional roles in their communities. Many carvings represented ancestors or protective spirits, revealing how art was deeply connected to daily life rather and belief systems. The craftsmanship also shows a strong understanding of materials like wood, stone, metal, providing that Filipino artisans developed unique techniques long before outside influences arrived. And last in my watch list is the Manunggul and Maitum jar. The Manunggul jar, found in Palawan, is one of the most important prehistoric artifacts of the Philippines. It represents the ancient belief in life after death. The Maitum jars found in Sarangani are also burial jars. They have human-like faces, showing how early Filipinos honored their death through art. Examples of features inside both ship lids, painted facial details, and jars sculpted with eyes, nose, and mouths. These burial jars revealed how early communities viewed death as not as an end, but as a journey, symbolizes by figure riding about the afterlife. That's all for my watch list. Thank you.
And next for my watch list, architecture. The Bahay Kubo and the Pugao House, Maranao House represent distinct examples of indigenous Filipino architecture, each uniquely adapted to its environment. The Bahay Kubo. Bahay Kubo is also known as Nipa Hut. It is traditional silk house prevalent in the lowards of the Philippines. And the Ifugao House or Dale, it It is traditional one-room house found in the Cordillera region. And the Maranao house, also known as Turigan, it is a traditional house of Maranao Filipino in Mindanao.
Another key feature of pre-colonial art is the existence of Muslim arts. Beginning with Okir. When we talk about Okir in Maranao culture, it refers to the intricate decorative patterns that expresses both identity and tradition. So there are two types of Okir. The Okir Adatu, or the male design, and it is characterized by bold, strong, and structural patterns that reflect strength and authority. In contrast, the Okir Abay or Okir Abai, or the female design, features graceful flowing curves that highlights elegance and delicacy. So these patterns appear in many forms of Maranao craftsmanship, including carvings, house decorations, furniture, and textiles. These designs often use natural motifs such as ferns, leaves, spirals, and buds, and vines, showing the Maranao people's close connection to the nature. Next is the Sarimanok. Sarimanok is a legendary bird in Maranao mythology. It is known for good fortune and prosperity. It is more than just decorative image because it also represents the blending of art, myth, and spirituality within Maranao culture. Its presence in artworks reflects a belief in blessings, protection, and the guiding spirit that the bird is said to bring. So the Sarimanok stands as one of the most recognizable and meaningful symbols of Maranao artistic tradition.
The Maranao brass is often seen as a symbol Southern Philippines culture, with its exhaustive design enhancing home, office, restaurant, and hotel and lobbies. The materials of Maranao brass is alloy copper and zinc, chosen for its malleability, durability, and gold-like appearance.
And for our next Muslim art, we have Naga. Naga is a traditional motif in Muslim Filipino art. It represents a stylized dragon or serpent. It's commonly found in carvings such as grave markers or even in clothes. The design reflects strength, protection, and spiritual symbolism in Maranao and Tausug culture. Example includes Naga carvings on Torogan beams, and sometimes it can be shown in boat rows, like dun sa unahan ng pangka, ganun. And next, we have
The Campilan is one of the largest Filipino sword, typically measuring around 36 to 40 inches in length. It's specially designed for warfare, unlike other common pre-colonial Filipino bola weapons that were based on agricultural tools.
And for our next art is the Okil. Okil is a carving flowing decorative pattern that originates from Sulu Peninsula. It is viewed as a variant of Okir style and is used in carvings, weaving, pottery, and basket designs. Its look is similar to arabesque and Art Nouveau patterns, showing elegant, organic shapes. The designs of these sometimes on doors, house panels rather, trees sword and carved wooden boxes. Artists who use keel often create rhythmic patterns inspired by plants and natural forms, giving the artwork a graceful sense of motion.
Next we have is the art of the mountain province. And these arts in the mountain province are deeply connected to nature and tradition. And one of their major art forms is wood carving. Wood carving skills are passed down through generations like a family tradition, and it comes in two types. First is ritualistic and decorative. So the most iconic piece is the bulul, rather a wooden figure believed to guard the rice crops and ensure a good harvest. It is often used in important rituals by Ifugao people. But their creativity doesn't stop there. The mountain province is also rich in pottery, weaving, and jewelry.
For our last one is ancient writing. Ancient Filipinos used a writing system called baybayin, a script made of curved symbols representing syllables. It was written on bamboo leaves or bark using sharpened sticks. Baybayin was widely used before Spanish colonization for poetry, letters, and record keeping. It shows that early Filipinos were literate and had their own system of communication long before foreign influences arrived.
Alright, and that would be all for this story, and I hope everyone was able to understand and to be knowledgeable enough about the story of the art before the colonial period. Once again, I am Althea Sofia Perez.
I am Mary Bernadette D. Cabrera.
And I am Henrich Lascano.
I am Byron Manuel de Castro.
I am King Michael Badillo.
And we are the Group 4 of BSSE 1101 discussing the art before the colonial period.